Ladies and gentlemen, we started tonight talking about a one-off genius of show business. Our final guest is a one-off genius of sport. He is known throughout the world. Born in Belfast, let me tell you a little story. When Manchester United crashed in Munich, there was a little chap called Duncan Edwards amongst the people who were killed on that occasion. And Sir Matt Busby, manager of Manchester United, always prayed that the day would come when he would find a genius to equal Duncan Edwards. He thought it was a pipe dream that would never happen. And one day, a man called Bishop, who was a talent spotter in Belfast, sent him a telegram saying, "I think I have found you a genius." And that genius was Georgie Best. And he's had a very extraordinary life since then. He's enjoyed the ups, and he certainly has been on the downs, and he has written a book about the subject. Would you welcome, please, George and his wife, Angela Best. Hi there. Good evening. Please sit down there, and I'll take you around here. Hello, George, and you're very welcome. Please sit over there. I'll sit. What?
I've got a good one for the ladies.
Good one. A good
slogan.
Good slogan.
When God created man, she was only joking.
I like it. That's Angela, and that's George. I guess you can tell them apart. Listen, I don't want to be sort of put off by something, Angela. I don't want you to be put off by something. But I have to tell you that the last time he was on this show...
Oh, you're going to say it, aren't you?
He was sitting on this panel, and he met a woman, and he went off with her. I'm sorry, that's the truth. I have to break it to you. That's it. So keep your eyes peeled tonight. Do you want her name?
No, that's all right.
You know it?
Yes, thank you.
Already. Well done. How are you, George?
I'm fine.
What exactly now are you doing at the moment? A lot of people are confused about your circumstances in America and about what you're doing.
Well, I'm playing football. You know, I've been over there now for coming up to 6 years, and in between I've come back and played for a short spell with Fulham and Hibernian in Scotland. But we've made our home now in America. You know, we live there, and come home once in a while, see the families. You know, visit some friends.
And no ambitions, whatever, to come back and live in Britain?
Not really, no. If it wasn't for family and friends, you know, I really wouldn't come back. I enjoy coming home for a short break. I go to Belfast, see the family, and spend some time with them. But, you know, we have a home there. We bought a home. Our son was born there 8 months ago. And I love America and the people, and I enjoy it tremendously.
Now, I heard today that you've been chosen for the Northern Ireland panel for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Does that mean precisely that you're going to be playing for them, or what are the possibilities?
I don't really know. I think they have to submit a certain amount of players by a certain date. And then sometime next week, I think, they cut the squad down by 5 or 6. And apparently what's going to happen, my team are arriving from America on Sunday, from San Jose, and we're playing against Hibernian in Scotland. And apparently Billy Bingham is going to watch me play and decide from there. I think in a way it's a little bit unfair because he's going to judge me on one game, whether, you know, yeah. It's like I've been doing something for 20 years and all of a sudden he wants to find out if I can play it.
Right.
You know?
Audition for us after 20 years, right. But would you come back and do it if you...
I'd love to. You know, I play, you know, I'm like everyone. I enjoy playing for my country. Yeah. And really, I'm getting towards the end. I feel like I have a couple of good years left. And I've never played in a World Cup in the finals, and it would be a nice finish, you know, to get there with Northern Ireland.
I was astonished to find in your book that you say that you'll also play for nothing just for one season in the English First Division. Would you really?
I'd say anything for publicity. No, I wouldn't. No, what I said was that what happened when I come back, the same thing. Every time I come back, people talk to me about Manchester United and would I like to play for them. And what in effect I said was, if I played again in England, I would still want to play for them because they're still what I regard as my team. So, of course, they pick it up and everybody starts, you know, the old stuff. And what had happened, I'd appeared on a radio show in Manchester, and they had called Ron Atkinson, the manager, and said, "George has just said he wants to play for you." And they put him in an awkward position. So then they came in after my interview and said, "Ron Atkinson's on the phone," you know, as if he had called me. Yeah. So then it's put me, so I spoke to him, and of course the newspapers got hold of it and blew this big thing up about I was going to go back and play for them. Yeah. And all I had said was, in effect, that if I could pick a team, they would still be the team I would pick.
I'm sorry to have to put this to you because I know it's a bit boring question, and I know people are always asking you how much actual practice you did as a boy with the ball.
Just the same as all kids. You know, I had the same dreams as most kids in the country. You know, I kicked the ball around the streets, a tennis ball, and wore out my shoes and drove my mother crazy. And I really, I didn't work any harder. I was fortunate. I was born with a gift, and I hoped I used it a little bit better than maybe some would have. And but I found I didn't have to practice. I found things easier where other kids would maybe have to work at them. I could do it naturally.
Yeah. When did you first discover that you the genius that you referred to?
I think maybe it wasn't until I got in the first team when I was 17, because I expected it to be impossible or very, very difficult. And I found it just as easy as I'd always done. And I was doing exactly the same things. And for some strange reason, people who watched me play thought I was doing something different. And to me, I was only doing the same things I'd always done. And I think then, when I was 17, 18, and 19, because I didn't find it any more difficult. As a matter of fact, I found it easier probably when I got to play with good players. I think then I realised that I was fortunate. I had a gift I was born with.